This is the second part about people don't care about the handicap. I remember I first got handicapped in 2016. I had a walker, you know. So now I got free time. So some say, man, you ain't gonna be around humans no more because the only time I see humans when I go to work or the grocery store, and stuff like that. So now I can't do them things no more. I can't go to work no more. I can't go to the grocery store. So I went on Facebook and I joined a bunch of handicap rooms. And all the handicapped people all say when they became handicapped, their families and friends disappeared immediately. And I'm like, wow, that'll never happen to me. Which I didn't consider myself handicapped. Remember, it just happened. And I figured, well, I'm going to go to the doctor, like all my white friends saying on the job, go to the doctor, they'll give you some Percocet and you'll be walking in no time. They say half of the Percocet, half of the population on Percocet. And one lady explained to me that she went to some kind of festival. And she say, she talking with all the old people and stuff. And she say, do you know half of them were on Percocet? They say if it weren't for the Percocet or the Oxycontin, they would be helpless. They couldn't stand up or walk. And I said, yeah. She said, yeah, when you go to the doctor, they're going to probably give you some Percocet and you'll be right back working the next day, right? I go to the doctor, did my MRI, all this other good stuff. And this is what he said. Boy, your knee is ate up. What kind of work you were doing? I say, really, I'm a golf course manager, but, I'm basically a spray tech, sir, and I do lots of heavy lifting of chemicals and this and that. And, and I tell them, and they still, don't give me help. The loading and unloading thing, and it wore my knee out over the years. Because every job I go on, it's the same thing. Even though I got a degree and I'm a boss man, they say they want to work in boss man. He say, boy, well, you'll never be able to go on the golf course again, even if you get a knee replacement. Because you got to be on level ground. So you might as well tell that job you ain't coming back. And I said, yeah. And I went 20 times. I was going every month. When I say painkiller, he turned blue and pale white. And I'm like, what wrong? Why every time I mention painkiller, they go to shaking it? So my boss finally said, and the other 3 white guys on the job, they called me to the job, and say, hey, when we go to the doctor, they give us what we want. I can go get your painkiller today, and you can come back to work. There were 3 white guys told me at 3 different times. Even my boss. He said, I can go to the doctor and get you anything you want. He said, but if you get Percocet, he said, I'm going to go to the doctor and get you some Percocet. Then you can come back to work. He said, all you need is Percocet. And I said, I don't want it that way. Because I try to get disability, I say, this man say I can't never work on the golf course again, even if I get a knee replacement. And he say they don't want to do that until I get 60. And I say, man, I'm 52. So I'm going to have to get disability, but if disability fine, Percocet, Oxycontin, and all that in my blood, they're going to deny me disability. If I can't prove the way I got it from with a prescription, and I ain't going to get no prescription the way it look, not from this doctor. They said, no, man, if we give you Percocet, you ain't going to need disability anyway. Say, I'm going to the doctor tomorrow, and I'm going to get you Percocet. That's what all of them told me. All the 3 white guys on the job. They say, we know they don't give black people painkillers. Because I've been sending black people to workman comp my whole life. They never would give them nothing but Tylenol and ibuprofen. And they had to end up quitting the job. They won't give y'all regular level painkillers. They just give y'all over the counter. My boss say, I don't know why, but he say, cause you's a good guy and you ain't no drug dealer or nothing. Say, I don't understand why this doctor won't give you painkiller. And look here, 10 years have passed. The first 6 years, I don't go to the doctor no more, but the first 6 years, every time I go to the office, he had me coming every 3 months. Oh, that's another video. But they had me coming every 3 months. And you know what the doctor said to me? Well, when I first got there, he had me come every 2 weeks for about 3 months. You know what he said every time? You went back to work yet? I say, sir, you say my knee is severe osteoporosis. You ain't gave me one painkiller, sir. Remember when I mentioned the word painkiller, and this not just him, this all the white doctors. They churn different colors. Because they think, especially black men, all us drug dealers are drug users. My white buddy, he said, I'm finna go to that same doctor and tell him my back hurt. He never been to that doctor before. He went to the doctor, guess what? He got Percocets. He come back and try to give them to me. I said, no, man, I told you, dog. If they find that in my blood, it's gonna stop me from getting a disability check for the rest of my life. Because they're gonna look at me as narcotics. Because I can't show them no prescription or no medical history where a doctor prescribed me that. I say, if I already had a prescription for it, somewhere down the line, I might get away with it. I said, but no, I don't want it, man, because I ain't got no income coming in. I got to get disability. You know, and my buddy, a little tear dropped down the eye. He said, that means you ain't never coming back to work? I said, dog, I can't walk. I'm going to come back to work, man. You know? This country don't give a fuck about black people, especially the medical industry. And when I went to the Social Security doctors, you know, he looked at me. He was an Asian man. And he said, the normal routine is they supposed to try every painkiller to prevent you from losing your job, son. He said you should have just kept going to different doctors. And I say, sir, I got antisocial anxiety disorder. I'm an extreme loner. I know no one, sir. I said, this is the city I'm born in. And when I got handicapped, all the people I've been helping for 40 years, sir, they just disappeared. Because to them, black people don't get disability until 5 years. So all of them think I'm going to ask for money, or I'm going to need something, or I'm going to do this, or I'm going to do that. Everybody I've been helping for 40 years, sir, they ran away. So I couldn't go nowhere. This is the only doctor I go to, that doctor, sir, because it wasn't in distance, but and I feel comfortable with it. You know what I mean? I say, but he won't give me no painkiller. But what I supposed to do? I say, can you be my doctor? He said, oh, there be conflict of interest because I'm working with the Social Security. I already done saw you. You have to wait like 3 years or something. He said like that. But he said, I don't understand why they won't give you painkiller. You've been in the same industry for 40 years. For 40 years. And you say you never miss work but a few times for sickness within them 40 years. They could have called your job. They could have called your boss if they thought you was a drug dealer or a drug addict. He said it's a damn shame. Now you done lost your job because these jackasses wouldn't give you painkillers. Oh my God, what is wrong with this country? That's what he said. But nobody care. Nobody care. Thank you and God bless.